It's Schwizzy time. Ha!
Hey guys, Schwizzy here. This is my first episode of my new show, Brand vs. Brand. This week we are doing Crayola versus Cra-Z-Art. I'm not sponsored by any of these, so I'm just doing it for the fun of it. So let's start out with the Crayola primary colors. Now, as we all know, the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. I have regular sized here and jumbo sized here. Let's start out with the Crayola regular size. Start out with red. Nice give off. Bright, nice, and no horrible smear. Let's move on to yellow. Nice and bright. Really, really good. Now to blue. A nice dark blue. Ooh, so regular size. Now the jumbo size. We have red and yellow and blue. Between these two variations of Crayola crayons, the red is brighter in the jumbo, so is the yellow. The blue is a bit darker in the regular. Now let's go on to the Cra-Z-Art portion of primary color. Alright, so for the Cra-Z-Art, we only have the 3 here because they don't make jumbos. So start out with red. This is actually brighter than Crayola. Nice. Yellow. Nice and bright. And blue. Not as dark as Crayola. So, the red is brighter and the yellow is brighter, but the blue is not as dark as the Crayola. So, there's the primary colors. Let's move on to secondary. Again, you learned this in school. The secondary colors are comprised of 2 of the primary colors to create new colors. Green, orange, and violet. Again, I have the jumbos because Crayola. Let's start out with regular sized green. This is the complementary color to red. Violet, the complementary color to yellow, and orange. This is the complementary color to blue. They're bright, they're nice. Now let's move on to the jumbos. Got the green. Got the violet. And we got the orange. So, for color analysis, the orange in the regular size is brighter than the jumbo size. Regular size seems to be brighter than jumbo. Now let's move on to the Cra-Z-Art portion of the secondary colors. Here they are. Again, no jumbos. Start out with green, surprisingly brighter. Violet, a little bit darker. And orange. Oh, not much difference. So, a little bit brighter and a little bit darker than Crayola. So, let's move on to the Crayola tertiary. So, now onto the tertiary colors. This is going to be a little longer than usual because there are a lot more. There's only 1 jumbo for this, which is brown. So, let's move on to Scarlet, which is a mixture of red and orange. Forgot to mention that tertiary colors are made for mixing 1 primary and 1 secondary. Now on to a discontinued color, Dandelion, which is a mix of orange and yellow. Another orange and yellow mixture called Goldenrod. Not much of a difference between these two. Now we go on to yellow-green. Nice and bright. Go on now to Granny Smith apple. Interesting. And now to tropical rainforest. Kind of like regular green with a mix of blue in it. But now we move on to blue-green. Turquoise blue. And indigo. There are still more. I know this doesn't count as a tertiary color, but I'm counting it. Pink. Jazzberry jam. Red violet. And lavender. Still a couple more. Peach. Regular sized brown. And jumbo brown. There are the Crayola tertiaries. They range from several brightnesses, several hues. Now let's go on to the tertiaries for Cra-Z-Art. Okay, so this one doesn't have a jumbo, just like every other Cra-Z-Art. So let's go on with molten lava. Sunburst. Sandy beach. Corn on the cob. Kiwi. Lemony lime. Eco green. Tropical turquoise. Tidal wave. These two don't have that much differences. One's a little darker. Blueberry jammin'. Brown. Again, this is not a tertiary color, but I'm counting it. Pink. Berries and creamin'. And rockin' red violet. Shit, that just broke. So, similar in color, a little brighter, a little darker. Now let's move on to the tints. Alright, now we're on to tints. I'm using a yellow piece of paper for this one because this one consists of white, gray, and black. White can't show up on the regular white paper I have, so I'm using the yellow one. So let's start out with white. Nice. Gray. Regular sized black. And jumbo sized black. Not that varying because there are only 3 in my box that I own. Now, let's go on to the Cra-Z-Art. Alright, time for the Cra-Z-Arts. Again, yellow paper because of white, gray, and black. So, Cra-Z-Art white. Yeesh. Cra-Z-Art gray. Whoa, that's way too dark. Cra-Z-Art black. Again, no jumbo. Actually, perfect black. So, white you can barely see. Gray is too dark. Black is actually perfect. Now on to the final category. The consistency of the... Alright, so this is the final round. The consistency. I'm going to be using the black crayon from each to see how well they write and how well they draw. So I'm going to write with the film. production. Draw shapes. And do some more doodles. Pretty good. Now, on to... Alright, so the Cra-Z-Art consistency, using black because... as I can, so let's test it. Kind of rough. Can't make the O's properly. Shapes and the other doodles. See, because of the wax properties, it leaves out little portions. See, right here in the Z. Now, let's tally all of our points together. Alright, so for the Crayola, we have a bright variety of the primary colors, so that's 3 points per each color there. For Cra-Z-Art, the red and yellow are bright, but the blue is just way too light for me, so 2 points for them so far. Secondary colors, nice bright variety. So 3 points for 3 colors. And for the Cra-Z-Art, nice bright variety. So, and the orange is actually nice and dark, so 3 points. For the tertiary colors, the widespread of colors and hues of Crayola's vast almost 120-year crayon empire have provided so many different colors and shades. So I'm gonna add, 15 points to Crayola. For Cra-Z-Art, them being a recent crayon company, not that many. The colors are darker. I like that, so... $15. Actually, let's make it 13 points for them. Now on to the tints. The fact that the white is really, really bright on this, the gray looks like a mix of both white and black of an equal ratio, and the black is actually perfect. 3 points for Crayola. For Cra-Z-Art, the white you can barely see. There's too much black in the ratio for gray, which is 50 black, 50 white, and the black is actually perfect, so 1 point for Cra-Z-Art. Final category, consistency. For Crayola, this actually writes perfectly. No missing links in the name. The doodling is perfect, so 3 more points for Crayola, and for Cra-Z-Art, some missing links. You can barely read the O. And yeah, it just looks awful. So 1 point. So let's tally them up. 5 times 29 for Crayola and 20 for Cra-Z-Art. So Crayola is the winner. Thank you for watching this video. Tune in next week for another new video. This is Shwizzy saying Shwizzy out.